We appreciate you out there listening. So you are listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Proudly representing Southwest Virginia in the House of Delegates for the last 24 years, Terry Kilgore continues to strive and work hard for others. Just like our Gate City Blue Devils proudly represents our school, our town, and community. Delegate Kilgore, a proud Gate City alumni himself, wants to thank the residents of the 1st District for their trust and support over the years as he's continued to voice our needs and concerns in Richmond to make our region a tremendous place to live and work. And on behalf of Delegate Kilgore and his family and staff, they say, Go Big Blue! Open 6 days a week and specializing in all types of truck, trailer, and heavy equipment repair, M&P Repair can take care of all of your needs. Serving the area from their convenient Gate City location on U.S. Highway 23 North, M&P Repair also works with owner-operators and fleet operators for maintenance, repairs, and they also give free estimates. So give them a call today at 276-870-0989. That's 276-870-0989. M&P Repair proudly supports Gate City Athletics.
And we're back here, of course. Gate City, John Battle. Again, playoff implications all around. And, of course, this none bigger for Gate City than this one right here. As we take a look at the PowerPoints, of course, they're in the floor, so I have to pick those up here in a second. So, Mr. Carr, if you can fill in for me right quick.
Okay, sure. Like we said before, it's a great night. The stands are starting to fill up. They've just recognized all the seniors. That's got to be motivating. You know, they've got a lot to play for tonight, Joe. Let's hope they're ready.
Indeed, indeed. And like I said, of course, nothing like senior night. Of course, they honor the parents, the people who's a lot of sacrificing, a lot of you talk about all the years and all the countless times they've said at practices and workouts and things of that nature. And we certainly do appreciate all the family, all the support that these kids get. And again, they are appreciated. So let's talk about Southwest Virginia. Again, full slates. Of course, last night Richlands went to Graham, and Graham said, "Thank you, but no thank you." Cam Allen went off. Again, he scored 4 touchdowns and a 45-0 thrashing. Of course, we talk about Upper East Tennessee last night. Hampton continues to roll 61-14 over your Unaka Fighting Badgers.
I think that's another one where I went out on a limb trying to upset you guys. I'm going to have to change my strategies. It's just not working for me at this point.
All right, let's talk about Southwest Virginia. We're your wheelhouse. J.I. Burton and Castlewood. Of course, J.I. Burton fresh off that big win over Grundy. Of course, you may have seen the highlights of that game on ESPN. Houston Thacker got crushed as a defensive back. Grundy went in for the touchdown there. Of course, they got the last laugh and got the win there with that big win. However, Castlewood, though, has been inconsistent, again, taking on this J.I. Burton team in the Cumberland District. J.I. Burton rolled up 402 yards last year when they dispatched of them. I don't think this game would be close. J.I. Burton is rolling 38-12, I think, will be the final. George Wythe at Bland County. Of course, George Wythe, they're fighting for a playoff spot. They really had Galax on the ropes last week, led all the way through into the fourth quarter, and then, of course, they came back to lose. Galax came back to win 21-14 in a ball game. Again, George Wythe should have played and had. But I think George Wythe's playing a lot better now. As they get playoff time, they are in the top 8 in the first division. So, again, I think George Wythe does take care of Bland County 49-12.
Yeah, this one shouldn't be much of a contest at all. The good thing about that, though, is you can rest some players with playoffs coming up.
Exactly. And, again, talking about in this Mountain 7 conference, huge playoff implications for Ridgeview and Abington. Ridgeview travels to Abington tonight. Again, the Mountain 7 conference title is on the line. Of course, Trenton Adkins and his group from Ridgeview, they survived a scare from this John Battle group last week. It was 0-0 at halftime, 7-7 early in the fourth quarter before Ridgeview went on to win 24-7. Of course, unbeaten Ridgeview, they've scored at least 24 points in every game this season, but Abington's got them at home, and they play differently when they play a 2A school. When they're playing the 3As from Christiansburg and Blacksburg, it's a little bit different team, but they've got Ridgeview at home. Ridgeview's got 5 starters out. I think this game is closer than what the experts think. Ridgeview wins, but I think they only win by a point, 35-34.
Well, what stood out in my mind when we went up to Abington a few weeks ago is the way Abington, they're not afraid to air that ball out. I think Ridgeview wins also, but Abington hits a few deep post patterns. Who knows what's going to happen there.
See if Ridgeview, again, they came off their bye and barely won against John Battle, so we'll have to see. Team that is rolling, Chilhowie at Eastside. The first trip for Chilhowie to Coburn in a long, long time. They weapons galore with Chilhowie. I think, though, Eastside will play them a good football game. Jordan Rasnick is a very good quarterback. Anytime you got a thrower and you've got a chance. But I think Chilhowie just has too much, especially at the way the season's rolled for him. 44-28, I think Chilhowie takes care of Eastside.
Yeah, Chilhowie's getting ready for the playoffs with a lot of momentum. They could go pretty deep this year.
A team we play next week and a team we played last week. Wyatt Central is at Lehigh tonight for their senior night. Lehigh has allowed over an average of 320 yards over the last 3 losses that they've had for the season. Again, Lee's been outscored most of the season. Regular quarterback Isaiah McAmis for Wyatt Central. He is out, torn ACL. He's gone for the year. They have struggled since he's been out. But they've got a good quarterback in Ethan Mullins. He's young, though. He's a freshman. I think that Wyatt Central's got a close game in them. I think that as a freshman team, they've got speed. And this will be a team that will be hard to deal with in a few years. I think they give Lehigh a scare on senior night. I've got them losing, but only by 6, 20-14.
Well, I said on our picking panel that I think that Lee is at a crossroads right now. They started off really strong. Let's be honest, they got upset last week by us. I think, I don't know which way they're going to come out tonight.
Right.
I kind of disagree with you. I think that I'm afraid that Lehigh is about to fold. I think Wyatt Central will win this game.
Could be. Could very well. Marion at Tazewell. Excuse me. Talking about a game that's of significant importance, and we'll talk about the playoff points here in just a few minutes. Tazewell quarterback Jameer Blevins, he made a statement in this game as a freshman last year. He threw for almost 250 yards and 3 scores. This game could go back and forth. Again, depends on which Tazewell team you look at. The one that took Richlands to the wire, or you talk about the team that lost to Virginia High big earlier in the season. I think back and forth they go. I think Tazewell plays close. I think they win. But Marion, though, at home, we saw them. They just have a little bit of luck on their side. You never know about that. You never know about them. Depends on which Marion team shows up as well. I've got Tazewell winning 28-20.
Yeah, Marion, they did not impress me a whole lot. They played great first half, second half. It didn't look like they'd ever been on the field before.
Up and down.
I think it depends on which version shows up.
Up and down, up and down. Talking about an up and down group, Virginia High at Lebanon. Virginia High, of course, they've looked great in some games, and in some games they just simply have not. Virginia High opened up a 41-6 halftime margin against Lebanon last year. I think Lebanon, I think they had their game of the year last week against Castlewood. Again, they've got, you're talking about Virginia High, Cole Stutes. He is great. But Seth Stanley is a good running back for Lebanon. I think that Lebanon fights for a little bit, but too much Virginia High, 44-7.
I think you're probably right. Lebanon just is no match for their athletic abilities.
A tough team out of Kentucky, Pikeville, that has only lost to Belfry and Point Pleasant. Again, 2 teams which are considered the best in the states. They're taking on Grundy tonight. Grundy coming in off of that J.I. Burton loss last week. Up and down. Grundy is playing well, but it's just kind of like, if we were taking on probably Daniel Boone again tonight. You take a look at something like that. Pikeville, though, I think, again, being on the road, it's worth something, but Pikeville wins, I think, 37-27.
Well, to be full disclosure here, Joe, I didn't do my research. I have no idea about Pikeville.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm just going to take your word on that one.
Mr. Carr. And you teach which grades?
That'd be 7th grade Tennessee. I deal with Kentucky as little as possible.
And your teaching license number is what, so we can return this in? Anyway, make sure you hit us up with the broadcast messages. We'll get you that information. Let's talk about your knowledge of Tug Valley, West Virginia.
Who?
Tug Valley. The Fighting Tugsters of West Virginia. Again,
Did you say Tug McGraw?
Hey. Have you seen the Hatfields and McCoys?
Yes, I have seen that.
Have you ever heard them talking about the Tug? The Tug River, the Tug.
Okay. So now I know roughly where you're talking about.
Having to teach a history. Anyway.
Well, you know, I'm ancient history. Let's talk about 2000 BC. Rob, that's the year Rob Ferguson was born, if I'm not mistaken.
And it was born October the 19th,
2000 BC.
All right. Where has the offense gone for the Hurley Rowdy Rebels? The Rebels have lost 3 straight games, and they've managed a whopping 6 points over the last 12 quarters. Tug Valley comes in at 3-4, and the Panthers, they've lost 2 in a row as well. They were 10-2 last season. They've got a little bit of talent, good speed. Sophomore quarterback Tyler Chafin is a player to watch. The Rebels, though, on the road, going over to West Virginia, not an easy place to play. Tug Valley wins this one going away 22-14.
You know, I almost got stuck in Hurley, Virginia one night in a snowstorm. That's a story for off the air, though. But I'd like to see the local team win. So just to be different, I'll pick Hurley.
Okay. As Paul Harvey would say, later we'll hear the rest of the story. Rye Cove is traveling to Twin Valley. Rye Cove coming off that win last week, homecoming last week. They got 2 wins this season. Again, last season against Twin Valley was a 33-22 decision in Clenchport. Both squads, though, hampered with injuries. This game will have a total of possibly 40 players between both squads. So it's going to be Ironman football.
I was getting ready to say, a lot of people going both ways on this one.
Rye Cove committed 5 turnovers last season in this matchup. You know, in a ball game like this, you know, the Panthers have played pretty well on defense against a few squads. I've got to give them the advantage, though. On the road, Twin Valley wins 30-15.
I'd like for Rye Cove to pull it out, but I really think you're probably going to be close to exact on this score.
Talk about a team that needs a win. The only winless team in Southwest Virginia resides in Nicholsville, Virginia. They are the Twin Springs Titans. Again, last season, Twin Springs knocked off North Green in Greenville 28-22. North Green, though, is 0-8 this season. They've had 1 game decided by single digits. John Lane has made some big plays for the Titans. They've been a little bit banged up. However, I think at home tonight, they were having a huge it was not a homecoming game, but they invited all the former players to come back. And I think that Twin Springs will take this ball game 21-18.
Go Titans.
And we're having a prayer. So we'll stop right here. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Home Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
For exceptional Mexican food and the perfect place to stop in before heading out to watch another Gate City victory, La Carreta Express in Weber City offers a tremendous menu of authentic Mexican cuisine at a great price. La Carreta proudly supports Blue Devil Sports, and they're open 7 days a week, even until 10 p.m. every night except Sunday. So dine in with them today or give them a call at 276-386-7000 for call-in orders. Again, that's 276-386-7000. And they're located next to Weber City Drug on US Highway 23 in Weber City. Open 6 days a week and specializing in all types of truck, trailer, and heavy equipment repair, M&P Repair can take care of all of your needs. Serving the area from their convenient Gate City location on US Highway 23 North, M&P Repair also works with owner-operators and fleet operators for maintenance, repairs, and they also give free estimates. So give them a call today at 276-870-0989. That's 276-870-0989. M&P Repair proudly supports Gate City Athletics. Tracing the roots all the way back to 1962, Weber City Drug is your locally owned pharmacy that offers personal customer service to the entire family. They strive to meet your prescription and over-the-counter needs and accept most insurance plans. They're located in Weber City across from Roberts Tire, so give them a call today at 276-386-3482. Again, that's 276-386-3482. You can also go online at wcdrugcenter.com, and they're also on Facebook, and they're open 6 days a week.
And we're back here again. They've just played the national anthem. We had the moment of prayer here. So we'll quickly wrap up Southwest Virginia. We'll get to our Premier Pharmacy Players of the Week. And again, we'll get you ready for John Battle and Rye Cove. Talking about Rye Cove. Here we go. Twin Springs and who?
That would be Honaker. No, Patrick Henry's at Honaker.
There we go. Patrick Henry.
Trying to look at your notes over your shoulder.
There we go. Patrick Henry at Honaker. Patrick Henry is 7-0, one of the 3 unbeaten teams still in Southwest Virginia. They've got a lot of speed, and they've got some great running backs. You talk about Zach Brown and Cody Smith. However, Honaker has played well lately. They've taken some teams to the end, and you're talking about Patrick Henry scored 19 unanswered points to erase a 9